A new feature on ManyChat is the ability for us to now automate the sending of both emails and SMS messages to our subscriber list through flows that we send them down. So one of the things I'm going to show you now is exactly how you set up an email to be sent in a ManyChat flow. So what that means is someone's going to come in and communicate with your chatbot in some way, and that's going to result in firstly you collecting their email address. We're going to show you how to do that, and then I'm going to show you, once you've collected that email address, how you then send them an email right from the flow builder in ManyChat. It's a brand new feature. There's a lot of questions we've been getting on it, and I've promised to do a video once I understood it myself, and I finally think I understand it. So I'm going to try my best now to just walk you through exactly how you can set up a basic flow that sends an email to a subscriber on your list. So what I'm going to do for the purpose of the example in this is I'm going to imagine that we're a restaurant. So we work with a lot of restaurants. So that's my favorite industry. So I'm going to imagine that we're building this for a restaurant. We're building a very basic message that's really going to encourage people that initiate conversation on Messenger to hand over their email and join our mailing list. Okay, so if you're a restaurant, one of the things that you're going to have is a welcome message. So when someone clicks send message on your Facebook page and comes through to your messenger channel, you want to welcome them. You want to say hi, welcome. And I've actually done a separate video on how you can create a really good welcome message that saves you time answering like common questions, enables customers to access your menu, all that kind of stuff. We're not going to worry about the different options for now. We're just going to go with one option. But when someone joins your messenger channel, if our goal is to collect their email address and add them to our mailing list, we need to have a good reason for them to hand over their email address. Okay, so a good way of doing that is offering something in return. So that, in this example, could be a offer to get some money off food in our restaurant that we've just designed out of nowhere. So the first thing we might say is welcome to our messenger channel. To join our VIP offer program and get 50, let's be generous, give them 50% off, 50% off your next meal, tap get deal below. Might want to add little emojis to make it a little more interesting to look at. And then we're going to add a button. So that button will obviously say get deal. Okay, that's done. So we've just offered people that have come in to send a message to our messenger channel or join our messenger channel. We've just sent them a message that says welcome to join our VIP offer program and get 50% off your next meal. Tap get deal below. So what we're going to need to do now is going to need to have an action that takes when they click get deal. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to send another message. So we're just going to tap the send message button there. And now we're going to type in thanks for requesting to join our VIP program. And we're going to add another box, but this time we're going to actually select, and this is a pro version only, the email function is available, and so make sure you upgrade ManyChat to the pro version to get this feature. But we're going to add in now a request for a free keyboard input. Essentially means we're going to ask the user a question and expect a response that they're going to key in. So we're going to say to receive your voucher, your 50% off, probably have finance for receive voucher, please provide an email address to send it to. And then we're going to, on this free keyboard input, if you click on that, you're then going to be asked what the reply type is. Now we want to select email. Okay, so what that means is actually ManyChat knows now to look for an email address input, obviously in the correct format. If it doesn't do that, it will tell the user to try another address or an appropriately formatted email address. We're going to ignore the skip button here, so we're going to remove this because we don't want them to skip. We want the email or they don't get the deal. It's that simple. Okay, and that's it. Oh, and also here, sorry, you have also got to turn on, this is the new feature, this is one I'm not used to. So you need to, what previously we did when we collected emails, we had a tag that we set up to apply the email to that tag. But actually now, what we want to do is click Save Email to System Field. Now this is going to mean that we actually save the email address that they've given us in this instance. So it's going to save to their name on our audience list, and we have that email associated with them then from there on in the appropriate sense. And make sure that you click to turn on Save Email to System Field. Okay, and now what we're going to want to do, let's just publish that. Was that to publish as I go in case something goes wrong? Now we've got their email address. So now, just going to move my head over here. We want to automatically continue to another step. So what that means is once they've given us their email, we're automatically going to then take them to a next step. And what that next step is going to say, actually no, it's not going to say. In fact, what we're actually going to do is we're going to just ignore that last bit. What we're actually going to do is click on the free keyboard input section and create an action. Okay, so we're going to, the action is going to need to be to subscribe them to our email list. So we need to make sure when we're taking people's emails, if we're going to send them something by email, that we tell them. We have to make sure we tell them that we're going to send it. Once they're aware that we're going to send their email and they're happy to provide their email address, that means that they've opted in. So we're allowed then to send them the email because we've got their permission. So what we need to do is we need to add an action to actually set that they've opted in for email. You can also, as you can see, do that for SMS as well. Obviously, we're doing email at the moment, so we select that. And that means as soon as they put that email in, we have then opted them in to be able to receive, or for us to be able to send at least emails to them. Now you can see here in this bit, I actually put to receive 50%, to receive your 50% off voucher, please provide an email address to send it to. Okay, so because I've told them we're going to send them the voucher, we're good. We can set the opt-in tag. But if you haven't asked that, you need to make sure that before you add this email opt-in tag, that you ask for their permission to do whatever you're going to do with their email. Very, very important point. If you don't set this opt-in tag, the email will not send. It's really that simple. So make sure you set that. And then what we can do is we can then automatically continue, and we're going to select the send email option. So I'm just going to move myself back down into the corner here. Let's just neaten this up. Now we're going to send an email. So the great thing about the ManyChat email system is actually it's just exactly the same. It's all the sort of same layout as you recognise, all the tools you recognise that are in a lot of the other layouts for sending messages and stuff like that. So very, very easy to use. So our subject, obviously, here is your offer. It's just an example. You might even want to put, hey, put their name or something. So we can just obviously select here, first name. Pre-header, offer, headline, here is your offer. And then you might have an image. Here's an image that I pre-downloaded. A nice little hamburger there for our hamburger restaurant. And then you say something like, bring this in to redeem at the restaurant. We'll bring this email in. Bring this email in to redeem at the restaurant. So you just are saying, here's your voucher, bring it in to redeem it. Then what you can also do is we've got another button here. If they tap this button in the email, it's going to take them right back to Messenger. But this actually acts exactly the same as the buttons that we've got on the messages here. So if we tap this, we can have a whole host of actions that we can take now. So we can send a message, we can open a website, we can perform a certain action. So, for example, a simple setup might be that you want to track the people that are redeeming the offer. So when they tap this opening Messenger, we send them a message to say, are you ready to redeem this offer? Once you redeem this offer, it will no longer be valid. Make sure you have shown this message to your server before you tap redeem. Now. So what that means is that we're actually, when someone brings in this offer on their email on their phone, the server in the restaurant to claim their offer can say, okay, yeah, that's fine. To claim the offer, just tap open in Messenger there. It's going to open that, and it's going to ask them one final time, are you ready to redeem? The server tells them to tap redeem, of course. So that means that we're actually tracking the amount of redemptions that we're getting from this flow that we're building. And that's obviously really going to help us in the long run, because we're going to be able to understand how many people are actually coming to the restaurant and spending money. There is one step further you can take it. You can actually find out how much they spent. That's probably another example for another time. That's something that we do on our campaigns. But just having this redeem, so people are actually redeeming these offers, is obviously a really, really important thing. Once they've tapped that redeem now, we can send them one final message that would say something along the lines of, thanks for redeeming. Look out for more offers coming soon. And then we might want to say, please give us a review. Nice little emoji in there. And then we'll just add a button, leave review, and then obviously we could go like, TripAdvisor, something like that. You'd have your TripAdvisor page there. Maybe you're trying to get more Facebook reviews. It really depends on, what your review platform is that you're focused on at the moment, as to what you would put here, obviously. But we could then select that to open a website. Put in our URL for our review page on there. Click done. Click publish. So now what we've got is a very basic flow. And this is super basic. This is just really an example that I wanted to use to show anyone who's looking to use this new feature in ManyChat how to use it. Particularly if you're a restaurant, this will probably be even more helpful. But essentially what we've done is we've created a welcome message. When people join, they're going to see this message. When people join the channel, you can do it in a whole host of other ways. What I've also done is actually added a keyword onto this to say get offer. So if someone types in the word get offer, then they're actually going to have this launch. But you can also go onto your welcome message, which is over in the automation section. So if you go down and you click on your welcome message there's a little button at the top. You can actually replace it. So you can actually replace the message with the flow that you've just built. So if I just go back a step, so just to walk through it again. So what's happening here? So they come in, this conversation triggers, this message triggers, welcome to the Messenger channel, join our VIP offer program, tap get deal to get your deal below. When they tap that, we tell them that to join the offer program, they need to give us their email. They type in, or actually they don't type in, they tap the email button which is in front of them, and Facebook then shares their email with us. We then, once they've done that, because we've told them that we're going to send them an email, we set the email opt-in tag on, so that collects their email address into our database. And then we automatically continue, once they've given us their email, to send them their offer via email. It doesn't have to be an offer, of course. It can be whatever you want, whatever you deem the email send option appropriate for. But we've sent them an email with their offer in. Here is your offer. And then bring it in to redeem at the restaurant. when they come in, what we can say to the staff is for people to redeem it, you have to tell them to tap open in Messenger, open it, and then tap the redeem now button that we built. So it just says here, are you ready to redeem this offer? Make sure you've shown this to your server before you tap redeem now, otherwise it will no longer be valid. So this will make sure that the server's standing there to confirm their discount. They get their discount as soon as they've tapped that. The server says thank you very much, the bill gets paid, they leave, and of course we finally ask them for a review. So it's a great time to ask for a review. Obviously they've just had hopefully a nice meal, they've just had a nice little bit of discount, and they've just paid their very cheap bill. So perfect time to ask for a review. We get the review in there, we link them straight back to the page we want to generate reviews on, and that's it. And that's how you create emails and a very basic email offer delivery flow. If you are a business owner and you've got any questions about this, any questions about the new features or new rules that Facebook have put in to limit us somewhat on what we can do with Messenger, and you want to learn new ways to reach out to your audience aside from the previous broadcast that you could always use before, then get in touch. And if you're a restaurant and you're interested in this kind of stuff, make sure you check out what we're doing with our restaurant profit program. So you go to sortmysocial.com/restaurants and you'll learn a little bit more about what we do here. This just touches on some of the stuff that we do. We also track things like bill spend and loads of cool stuff going on there. So make sure you check that out if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Other than that, thanks very much for your time. I hope that was useful, and I'll